Osleys Iglesias versus Evgeny Shvedenko, 12 rounds in the 168-pound division. This one is taking place next week, Tuesday, June 4th, in my adopted home country of Canada, out in Montreal, Quebec. This is on the undercard, I believe, the co-main event for Stephen Butler and Patrice Volney. A nice little card. Let's get into it. Let's start with Iglesias. 10 wins, no losses, 9 wins by way of knockout. If you've never heard of Osleys Iglesias, I think at 168 pounds, man, this is someone to kind of keep an eye out for. He's a Cuban boxer, so you know he comes from that Cuban school of boxing, and they come from a great amateur background. And Iglesias is no different. He's had a lot of success at the amateur level. Believe he's got a record of 54 wins and 14 losses as an amateur. Never been stopped before. You know, he's fought Israel Madrimov twice. In the second fight that he fought him, he lost by split decision. And of course, we saw what Madrimov was been able to do in his most recent fight. And now he's about to fight Bud Crawford in August. And Iglesias has also fought one of the most skillful guys and talented guys in the 168-pound division, in David Morrell. And he actually beat him in the amateurs, right? He got the win over David Morrell in the amateurs, but that's the amateurs. You know, it's something during that time, but amateur success, as we know, doesn't always turn and translate into professional success. You know, but so far for Iglesias, you know, he's had success at the professional level. Now, Iglesias isn't your typical Cuban style of fighter. You know, Cuban fighters are known to be more movers with great footwork, great technical, great skills, right? But not always the most aggressive and not really gunning for the knockout, just trying to do enough to win the rounds, but they look beautiful doing it, right? Iglesias is a little different. He's big. He's got deceiving, quick hands. He's got power. And of course, right, like he knows how to put those combinations together and let off shots with accuracy, great timing, and make you pay every single time that it does connect. And, you know, he's a southpaw, right? And he means every bit of damage when he does let that left hand fly. He was supposed to be in a tough fight against the undefeated German fighter, Artur Riaz, and Iglesias came out and took him out in 4 rounds. You know, so he's a smart fighter. He doesn't force the fight. He lets the fight come to him, and he's constantly doing something to keep his opponents honest. You know, whether it's the jab or movement to give different angles and changes. And he'll throw in those stay busy punches just to make sure his opponents know, like, you can't just come in here within range because you know I'm going to have something to fire back off at you. Whether it doesn't knock you out or hurt you, it's going to be something. But every time that he hit Reese, man, you know, Reese felt it. His legs were a little bit shaky when it did connect from the big shots. You know, the jabs, he was feeling it. The speed, he was having a hard time trying to keep up with that. And the athleticism, he was having a hard time. Iglesias caught Reese in the corner, kind of shelling up. Iglesias is not a guy that you want to shut up right in front of. He's not a guy that you want to sit into the pocket for too long, and definitely don't want to get stuck on the ropes against him because he'll make you pay. This is a guy who knows how to close out the show when he does have his opponents hurt. In his most recent fight, he fought Marcelo Caceres. Now, Caceres is not the most skillful fighter, not the most talented guy, but he's a strong and durable fighter, and he's a guy that's been in there with quality opposition, and he's a good test for a lot of young fighters coming up. He's just a tough guy to get into the ring with. He also gave Pacheco a tough fight and had Pacheco hurt a couple times in that fight. Iglesias came to him and took the man out in the first round. A left hand connected on the side of the head of Caceres, and Caceres just dropped, and he never got up from it. Didn't even seem like he wanted to get up from it. You know, sometimes those shots at the right spot, man, can do a lot more damage because off jump, you know, it didn't seem like it was a crazy devastating shot. But he seems to be a little heavy-handed. And, you know, you can't always compare fighters, but Iglesias was able to do in 1 round what Pacheco did in 9 rounds, just for comparison. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do in the ring next. Obviously, he's still in the development stages, but he's in a tough fight on Tuesday night next week, man. So I think this is another great opportunity for him to showcase his skill and his talent in front of a good sized crowd of people. Let's talk about his opponent, Evgeny Shvedenko. 16 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, and 7 wins by way of knockout. Shevdenko's loss came from when he fought William Skull. Shvedenko, likes to come forward, but it's not that imposing strength type of come forward. It's more of a tactical. He's trying to find the right openings, trying to get you to think, trying to counter you, trying to get the right shot off, right? He uses a lot of feints, but he doesn't always throw a whole lot to capitalize on his feints, right? This wasn't a fight when he fought William Skull. It wasn't the most exciting fight. It wasn't the most eye-catching, appealing, rah, rah, rah type of fight. Most of that rounds, every single round kind of looked the same. Shvedenko coming in, trying to time Skull waiting to counter, and Skull was sharper and more effective on the night, landed the cleaner shots, more accurate shots. And even though Shvedenko had his moments and landed some good shots, he didn't let his hands go enough. He wasn't able to slow William Skull down enough for him to really capitalize, man. I don't think he had the power to really make William Skull be worried of what was coming at him. Skull had his timing on the night. He had the better boxing skill. And William Skull was just comfortable moving around the ring and boxing in spots and just fighting his way to a decision victory. The scorecards were all pretty wide at the end of the night. In his most recent fight, he fought Pavel Silyagian, who was also undefeated, and those two fought to a draw. I thought it was a good showing for Shvedenko. He was trying to push the pace. He was trying to fight. That's the one thing that I do like about him, man, is he wants to fight. Like, he's trying to push the pace. He's trying to engage. He's trying to make it exciting, but not always the case in his recent opponents. Whereas when he fought Silyagian, Silyagian was trying to keep the range, trying to keep the separation, and both guys had moments, but it was also one of those fights, kind of like the William Skull fight, where it all kind of looked the same. There were some swing rounds, few close rounds, and every round just kind of looked similar, and you could make a case for either guy winning the fight, but I felt like a draw, it was more than fair. But I thought Shvedenko did enough to win the fight. I thought he landed the more eye-catching power punches. And I thought he at least was trying to push the pace and to make it more exciting. But nonetheless, he got the draw. But again, as much as it is for Iglesias, man, this is a great opportunity for him to showcase his skill and his talent on the night. So who wins? Before I give my pick on this fight, I have something real quick to share. I'm always looking to bring more light, more value, more opportunities for the community. I've been working on a few different things in recent weeks to not just grow the channel, but as I said, to continue to provide as much value as I can to each of you in our community. With that being said, I got some exciting news to share. I'm happy to announce my partnership with Betstamp and Signup Expert. It's a great opportunity for you to join some of the best sports books to get the best odds and new user offer. All you have to do is head over to my dedicated page at signupexpert.com/thebreakdown to explore a selection of sports books tailored to your region, each with its own unique offerings. So if you want to place a bet this weekend and on this fight and beyond, check out the link to find the best options for you in your region. Every sign up does support the channel, and it helps the channel grow and to expand and to create more opportunities, not just for me, but for our community. I'm always looking out for you guys as best as I can. You can easily find the link in the description below this videos moving forward. So get down there and check it out and find the best option for you. Now, let's get back to the video. I think this is the type of fight that Shvedenko has been trying to have, right? He wants to engage. He will take that risk. But this could also be a situation where the style that he wants and has been trying to really have in his recent fights could turn against him against Iglesias, man. However, Shevdenko is going to be on the back foot in this fight, so he's going to have to adjust a little bit more. Iglesias, I'm expecting on the night to be more of the pressuring guy and the guy who's going to be on the front foot a little bit more on the night. I'm not sure Shevdenko has the power to gain Iglesias respect to keep him off of him for 12 rounds. I like Iglesias to win this fight by late stoppage. I just think the power, the accuracy, the timing, and the conditioning of Iglesias is going to be too much late in the fight. But I wouldn't rule this fight going out by decision victory as well too. But I like Osleys Iglesias to win this fight by late stoppage. So that's my thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this fight? Who do you have winning this one? Let me know in the comment section below. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a couple ways that you can do so. You can like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. I don't always get to do all the suggested videos you guys suggest in the comment section below, but if you become a member, those suggested videos rise to the top, and I will do my best to get those done for you that week. Or if you'd like to become a member just to show love and to support the channel, man, that would be greatly, greatly appreciated and would mean a whole lot. So with all that being said, if you've been watching the video this long, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and we'll definitely see you next time.